5K to go. And here comes some 10% sections. 7% at the moment. And they've got another little kicker, which is going to take them over 10%. The day is done for Romain Combeau. He'll get his place on the podium this evening. He'll have the combativity, the most aggressive rider prize, I've no doubt about that, and it's well deserved too. But he's about to get swallowed up by Luis Vervaeke. Nicolas Ede is just behind Vervaeke, and Maxime Bouet just behind him. NAIRO Quintana in fourth wheel at the moment. Quintana looking strong, very, very strong indeed. Kenny Elison, who's done a lot of work today, is there for Trek Segafredo. 3 Trek Segafredo riders sitting in behind Arkea Samsic. One of them is Matthias Skelmers, who's hoping to, well, keep a top 10 position, that's for sure, but maybe even improve on that. Where is Filippo Ganna? Remember, all Ganna needs to do is to stay on the wheel of Julien Alaphilippe. There's Ganna. He's losing touch. Ganna is losing touch. Alaphilippe is getting ahead. He's already, I would say, 2 seconds ahead. Right now, on the road, I would say the virtual leader, once this group splits a little bit and they don't all get given the same time. Here goes Nairo. Nairo man is going. He's going with 4.4K left. Remember, Nairo Quintana needs to make up 30 seconds on Julien Alaphilippe. Right now, it is Alaphilippe's virtual leader's jersey. Nairo Quintana wants Alaphilippe to work. Well, Alaphilippe's not going to work, Nairo, I'm afraid. If you want to take this title, you've got to do it on your own, because Alaphilippe doesn't need to do anything more than he's doing right now. Alaphilippe is not only a brilliant bike rider, he's a clever bike rider too. 4K left, and we go to 7.6% average for the next kilometre. Right now, Filippo Ganna is losing this Tour de la Provence, and Julien Alaphilippe is going to take the victory if he can just stay a few seconds ahead. Who's going to take the stage victory though? Nairo Quintana finished 8th here in Paris-Nice 2013 when Richie Porte took the stage victory. Nairo Quintana and Alaphilippe, the favourites for today's stage. And they are the two who look like they're going out in front. Quintana and Alaphilippe. The rest of the peloton is coming back, or the reduced peloton. They're coming back, but they're coming back slowly. That's Ivan Sosa alongside Emmanuel Getzabaguer. Great work from Emmanuel. Ivan Sosa, we wondered whether he might have something in his legs left. He has not done well so far in trying to retain his title. 13 minutes down. Well, we did say at the very beginning of the day, if he does have something left in his legs and he feels like he's coming into some kind of form, it could be a day for him. It definitely could be a day for this man, Nairo Quintana. 287 days since he last won a bike race. He is a stronger climber than Julien Alaphilippe, and he's leaving Julien Alaphilippe for dead a little bit. Alaphilippe just riding tempo, trying not to lose touch. Remember, Alaphilippe just needs 2 seconds ahead of Filippo Ganna to overtake Ganna in the overall classification. Quintana needs 30 seconds over Alaphilippe to overtake him. It's going to be a tall order, as Sosa is dropping off as well. Alaphilippe is struggling. I beg your pardon, Sosa is not dropping off. Sosa has actually gone, he's taken Gebrselassie, And Souza now has Julien Alaphilippe in his sights. And the problem for Alaphilippe is that as the switchbacks happen, he no longer has NAIRO Quintana within his vision. It makes it psychologically much harder to chase a rider down when you can't see them. 2.9 kilometers left. What is the gap? 18 seconds. At the moment, Alaphilippe will still be the virtual leader. But the more he looks up the road, the more he can see that that gap is getting bigger and bigger. Behind those three leaders on the day, we're thinking about podium places. And the podium places, that number 3 there on the bottom of your screen, is Matteo Jorgensen, the young US rider who is currently equal 5th place with Matthias Skelmers, who's also in that group. They are both 25 seconds down on Filippo Ganna, 23 seconds down on Julien Alaphilippe. Alaphilippe and Souza have joined together and they might work together. But right now, NAIRO Quintana has 2.6k to make up another 10 seconds on Julien Alaphilippe. 20 seconds between NAIRO Quintana and Ivan Souza. A reminder of our situation. We currently have Filippo Ganna, who is wearing the leader's jersey, but he is now out of this overall competition. In second place overall at the beginning of the day was Julien Alaphilippe, just 2 seconds back. So Alaphilippe has overtaken Ganna in the virtual classification, there's no doubt about that. But behind Julien Alaphilippe this morning was Pierre Latour and then Samuele Battistella. Behind them, Matthias Skelmers and Matteo Jorgensen. They're both in a group far behind, but they will be looking at this. At the moment, they're both going into the top 5. Ivan Souza, who's the Movistar rider at the top of your screen, is our reigning champion. He doesn't have any chance of retaining his title, but he will be trying to reach his compatriot, NAIRO Quintana, who has put another 2 seconds in to Julien Alaphilippe in 200 meters. And at the moment, NAIRO Quintana is stretching his lead and may well be riding his way to the Tour de la Provence overall victory. Much excitement up front, much excitement as well in this group that you're looking at right now. Trek Segafredo have 3 riders in this group. 3 riders, that's Gebrselassie Gabier, it's Matthias Skelmers, and it's Kenny Elissonde. Kenny Elissonde, a great climber in his own right, and it's Skelmers who's trying to get that top 5. Maybe he's even trying to push for a podium position because Pierre Latour was nowhere to be seen. And Skelmers is 11 seconds behind Pierre Latour in the overall standings at the beginning of today. I couldn't see Pierre Latour at all in that race. We are down to our last 2 kilometers, and these last 2 kilometers have a kicker of 10% at just over 1 kilometer left. NAIRO Quintana is currently 1 second behind. They're now equal on time, Quintana and Alaphilippe, but remember with the time bonus at the finish, currently NAIRO Quintana is our virtual race leader. NAIRO Quintana is heading for victory at the moment. Alaphilippe told us at the beginning of the week that he wasn't 100%. And in fact, Alaphilippe is shaking his legs. He's got cramp. He's nowhere. No, Alaphilippe is all done. I think Alaphilippe is done. He's going to jump onto the back of these guys. He's onto this second group, which is fighting it out for podium positions. He does have Ilan van Wilder there just in front of him to try and help him up as well. But the 3 Trek Segafredo riders are going to be working very hard indeed for their young Dane, Matthias Skelmers. Number 3, Matteo Jorgensen, is trying for a podium place as well. Matteo Jorgensen is all on his own, but he just needs to sit on the back of those others. Remember, Jorgensen and Skelmers were on the exact same time at the beginning of today's stage, 25 seconds behind our leader. But we can't see Pierre Latour, and we can't see Filippo Ganna. We also can't see the 4th place rider at the beginning of today, Samuele Battistella of Astana. That means that the current situation, as they're back down to 23 seconds at the moment, the current situation with the time bonuses would still be that NAIRO wins this race by taking a victory today, depending on where Alaphilippe finishes. Now, Ivan Souza is in between NAIRO Quintana and that group that contains Alaphilippe. That means that 10 bonus seconds for NAIRO Quintana, 8 for Souza. Alaphilippe will be hoping that he can just stay with this group and then maybe get the bonus seconds for finishing in third place. There's 1 kilometre left. We're at 10% now, and it's the last very, very hard bit for NAIRO Quintana. Flamme Rouge for Quintana, 26 seconds. NAIRO needs to push, and he needs to push hard. At the moment, NAIRO Quintana is our virtual race leader. We also have Julien Alaphilippe. We have, for Trek Segafredo, Matthias Skelmers. And for Movistar, Matteo Jorgensen. All in this same group. That's Kenny Elissonde falling off the back. He's not going to be able to help very much more by the looks of things. Early season, never that good for Kenny Elissonde. And let's see what our two young riders can do. This is going to be a fascinating battle as well for the podium places. Matteo Jorgensen against Matthias Skelmers. Ivan Sosa is in between this group. Up ahead, you can see him at the top of your screen. He's in between this group and NAIRO Quintana. Quintana has 700 meters to go, and he has a 27-second advantage over Ivan Sosa. It's Ivan Sosa that 27 seconds on your screen is to. It's not to this group. So right now, we are looking at NAIRO Quintana winning not only the stage, but the overall at the Tour de la Provence 2022. The 2020 winner, NAIRO Quintana, is going to take victory overall in this race. Here we go. Has Alaphilippe got anything left? He needs to save as much energy as he can for the last kilometre or so. They've gone through the Flamme Rouge, of course, but he needs to try and push. I don't think Alaphilippe's got anything left. What has Jorgensen got, and what has Skelmers got? That's the big question here. What's number 3 you're looking out for, and number 36? Number 36, and Jorgensen just sits behind him as NAIRO Quintana comes into the victory. Absolutely no doubt about it now. We are on 300 meters for Quintana, and we will set our stopwatch. Remember, with the time bonus as well, Quintana is looking like he's going to take overall victory. It's going to take something extraordinary in the last few hundred meters from Julien Alaphilippe, and I don't think it's going to happen. We're going to have a Colombian 1-2. We're going to have the last 2 winners of this race finishing first and second on the final stage. NAIRO Quintana, after 4 hours and 23 minutes of racing, comes over the finish line with his hands in the air, and we start the stopwatch on Julien Alaphilippe. Remember, he's got a time bonus as well. In the bottom left-hand side of your screen, 7, 8, 9 seconds. He only needs 30 seconds, including a time bonus, to overtake Julien Alaphilippe and to take overall victory here. And we see our 2 battlers for the podium positions, Matteo Jorgensen and Matthias Skelmers. They're coming together. Jorgensen is getting left behind by Skelmers, but he's staying on his wheel. Sosa thinks he's got second, but he's going to get overtaken. Here comes Skelmers. Skelmers with Jorgensen right on his wheel. Has Jorgensen got anything to go over? He has not. Skelmers finishes second on the stage with the time bonus. I think that will take him onto the podium overall. What an amazing ride by this man. And Alaphilippe finishes 47 seconds down on NAIRO Quintana. Alaphilippe will still be on the podium, but I think you're going to find that Skelmers also makes it onto the podium because Latour and Battistella dropped out. We need to await confirmation, but a brilliant ride from NAIRO Quintana. He's been biding his time this entire race. He's been there or thereabouts. He had a great time trial. He had a good sprint stage and found himself in the front group. And yesterday he finished in 6th place. NAIRO Quintana, there is Filippo Ganna. Unfortunately, he had no one to help him. I thought Luke Rowe was going to get back to help out our race leader. But no, NAIRO Quintana wins the stage. NAIRO Quintana wins the Tour de la Provence 2022. Ivan Sosa finishes second. Something of a redemption after a disappointing defence of his title. And I think we have a young star in Matthias Skelmers Janssen from Denmark. He will also, I imagine, take the young rider's jersey. Brilliant effort from Matthias Skelmers from Trek Segafredo. And I know that they will be absolutely over the moon. They raced very, very well, Trek Segafredo, today. They had Elissonde, Gebrag Xabier, and Skelmers. There he is, the man. Super effort. Great effort from the man behind him as well, by the way, Matteo Jorgensen, who will have a top 5 finish, I think. But Julian Alaphilippe, it turns out that he was right all along, what he told us. He didn't have 100% of his legs on him. A real disappointment for Pierre Latour as well. Let's hear from Alaphilippe, I think. Or maybe not. I'm sure we will in just a moment.
On a vu également celle de Damien Touzé de Schmidt, le coureur champion du Danemark, qui vient d'en terminer dans l'étape du jour. Donc pour NAIRO Quintana, du côté de l'équipe Arca Samsic, c'est évidemment le
NAIRO Quintana finishing ahead of Matthias Skelmers. Matteo Jorgensen in 3rd place. Ivan Sosa was overtaken by those 2 riders at the end, and Ivan van Wilder finished in 5th. What an amazing Tour de la Provence Ivan van Wilder has had. Absolutely brilliant from him. A 3rd top 10. Here we have confirmation. 37 seconds the gap between Quintana, Skelmers and Jorgensen. And then 47 seconds back to Julian Alaphilippe. Pierre Latour at 50 seconds. May actually have maintained his place on the podium, but it's going to be very, very tricky because Skelmers and Jorgensen will both get time bonuses. Latour will get a much smaller one. I'm not going to attempt the mathematics off the top of my head. We're going to wait until we see the provisional general classification, which with any luck will come up very soon. We're also going to hear from our stage winner, NAIRO Quintana. We're then going to hear from the overall winner, which is also NAIRO Quintana. What a great day for NAIRO Quintana. What a great day for Arkea Samsic. NAIRO Quintana hasn't won a stage for 287 days. A phenomenally successful bike rider, of course, throughout his career. Here we go. It is Quintana. Alaphilippe keeps his place on the podium, in 2nd rather. And Skelmers, as I said, has made it onto the podium. Brilliant work by the 21-year-old Trek Segafredo rider. What a fantastic result in his 1st race of the year. And this, easily, the best result of his career so far. He definitely sees